Okay. Let's see about all this now. So, 1.0. Probably lower it even more than 1250 then. $1,200. Let's see, 1,600, 1,550. That's all fine and good and stuff. Okay, so Drive Rush, Crouch Fierce. Is that the conversion that's being used here? Drive Rush. This one. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so... Okay. Okay. So we're looking at what? Drive Rush, meaty, 1070. Or 71. Well, 70. Oh, whatever, I don't care. Compared to what exactly? I'll just do some random shit and then measure it to see what we're looking at. Uh, 2.65, 2.2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, minus 0.4, 0.4. Not even close. What about... Three, 5, 4, 0. Zero. 4.25, 2, 0, minus 0.1. It's still not even as good. It's, well, because no Oki, so let's see. Well, okay, that's 4.1, 4.25, so compared to this, it's mediocre. Okay. Oh, it's only the light knuckle that does this. This leaves me at 5.25, whereas this, yeah, only light knuckle. No juggle points after that. You do jump heavy punch? No? Really? I kind of figured that you would be able to. You can probably do roundhouse. Boom. And this is less carry in the first place. Yeah. No? Man, that sucks. Okay, 5.3, so let's say... Five point 3, 3, 3, 3, 2. Okay. 2.4. Minus 1.4, minus 0.1. Fucking, my fingers are not working. Alrighty. Let's turn this off. That is less. It's 5.3. A full square could make some difference. Let's say this versus this is pretty good. Okay, so let's say that is 4.35. That doesn't work. That's less. $3.85. $3.8. Did I not go back and remeasure this? Right. 3.8. Okay, there we go. 3.8 versus 4.25. It's like fine. It's whatever. Fucking who gives a shit. That does create more of a separation between those two actions. Right, that doesn't work anymore. It used to work, but now it doesn't. Three, 1, 3, 2. 6.45. It's a good carry. Minus 3 and 0. And then at a minimum, it's equal to yeah. And then what's the 3.1? Alrighty. So what does that come out to? Less than just doing the basic route. Let's see. This minus this. Mediocre. Okay, so not kind of worthwhile, but not worthwhile. Worth doing enough that it's not bad to do, but it's not good to do either. No, it has to be jab. Fuck me. Okay. You can do that, which is silly. Okay. Three, 4, 5, 4.6, 4.5. Minus 3.4, 0.6. What's the difference? 4.6 to 3.8. So it's only an increase of, actually here. No, that's less scary. So it's only a 0.8 increase in distance, which is kind of on the negligible range where it would be tough to apply legitimately. Okay. And what's the just general decrease in value? This is 5053 and it goes down by like almost 1,000. Yeah. So that's 5.25. How does that compare to some of these ones? This one is still... I mean, this one's not terrible, but... I mean, fuck it. Let's just put it in there just so that we have the data on record. I don't think it's a good combo. EX dive, luck, level 1, 3460, 5.25, fucking 0, 2.2, minus 2.2, minus 0.1. Noticeably weaker. And has no increased carry, so it's like, whatever. Why would you do it? Now, the more interesting route is... I kind of forget how to do this. No, that doesn't work. I'm gonna have a couple routes in here. Aish. Hmm. Um. 2762, 5.3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 3.9, 0.6, 0.5. I mean, let's just say like 1500. I don't actually believe that, but let's just say that. And then 3. 3 for that. Okay, so that comes out to garbage versus not better. It's not better even if it reaches the corner. According to these measurements, theoretically worthwhile, but not worthwhile. Oops. What? Three, 3, 1. Hmm. .65 and 3 minus 3.4 and 0. Oh, wait. So, yep, it seems like this is the only one worth anything at all. The other ones are just kind of whatever. Interesting. I wonder. For my own curiosity. Okay, 3.25. 2.7. Minus 0.2. And 0. Minus 0.2, or minus 0.1. That's a loss of about 600 value. I would say not worth it, so... Certainly. Without the increase... without the lingering drive gauge penalty... And, like, let's say jab scaling. So let's say you, like, punish counter jab, stand heavy punch target combo. That would decrease the value of the medium spiral arrow because the scaling would affect its damage output, and then there's no lingering drive gauge penalty, which means you wouldn't get an added bonus for spinning drive gauge immediately on Oki, which would probably make a difference of about, like, 200, 250, at which point it's only a decrease in about 300, 350 value. Even still, I think that that is not good. Not super good. Especially because, you want to get, like, truly in the weeds of it. I don't think meaty hooligan slide is particularly good. It's certainly not now that it's no longer an actual meaty and you can't get those better combos off of it that you used to be able to. And also, on block, it's a guaranteed drive reversal point, so... Yep. I mean, it seems to be... This is the way... Interesting. Anyways, if I come back down to here, 1600. So what are we looking at here? Yes, all this is more or less accurate. $560 or 5,600. How do I feel about 5,600? I mean, her punish counter throw. I would say this should probably be. See, but like, her drive reversal punish is high. Her EXDP punish is kind of mediocre, and her punish counter throw is pretty high, relatively speaking. So I'll increase that to 5.8, and then these ones down here, 5.8, 5.8. And there's no overhead. It's not like other characters with drive rush overhead bullshit. I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. Pump this back up to 1250. that's fine. I think that is kind of reasonable. Okay. Sure. Alrighty. Okay, what now? Now, to do the comparisons on corner situations with corner scenarios. I don't know why I even bother to, like, fuck you. Just delete all of this. It doesn't need to be here. Okay. Situation. On block, crouching heavy punch, crouch light punch, stand light punch. Oh, come on. Alright, so that's like, let's see, 0.6 minus 0.8, 0.5. Negative, what, 1400? 1300. And for... yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay. Crouching heavy punch, crouch medium punch, the spiral, and then this one will do meaty crouch fierce. Meaty crouch fierce, the same thing, but just like an implied increase in threat level, so negative 1200, let's say. Other than that, it's the exact same. 0.5, 0.6, minus 0.8. Hey, shit. No, that's fine. Minus 1300, and then that's fine. I might actually increase that value. Anyways. Meaty crouch fierce. Bam. There. Okay. Crouching heavy punch. Let's see, where we got it? Crouch heavy punch. Crouch fierce. Crouch fierce. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, nothing else is comparable. There's nothing else that's gonna be Counter hit, crouch, heavy punch, stand, heavy punch, target combo, spiral, and Spiko. Okay. Meaty. Do I have it already here for... oh, whatever. I'll just do the counter hit one, but then minus the damage of the counter hit. Is equal to this. What's the counter hit damage? 140? Yeah. Okay. Eish. Okay. Oops. Fuck you. Fucking piece of shit. There. Alright, is equal to... -600 plus, what, 1100? Ugh. Punish counter, medium punch. There. $1,500. Okay. One thing I'm not keeping into account with EXDP baits and things like that is it's not just the damage that you get, it's not just the value of the combo that you land when punishing a drive reversal or an EXDP, but it's also the fact that the opponent wasted their own resources, wasted their own drive gauge and things like that, so... which is not the case for punish, counter, and throw, which makes me kind of feel like I should increase this value across the board for most characters. That's fine. Okay. Is equal to, let's say, probably higher than that. I don't know, it's so loose, I don't know how to ballpark it. And then this, let's say, minus 3,000. So, yeah, that should be consistent. Maybe I'll change some of, like, this value, this value, this value, this value, and this value. I know I just listed like half of the fucking values, but... Okay, strike, 0.35. Shimmy, 0.15. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that's about right. Yeah. Okay, block, 75. Hit, 2. Throw, hit, 5. Yeah, I think that's about right. I think that's a reasonable assessment. Maybe I'll increase block to 0.8. Anyways, let's put it in. 3.5, 0.75. Oh wait, what am I doing? 3.5, 2. Okay, 2084 is how that comes out. I might adjust some of these values a little bit. Went to 7800, and then let's say... Hmm... 4, 3, 5. Is that not unreasonable? Two, 1, 3, 5. Okay. 2, 1, 3, 5. Not sure. Well, let's do the same thing, but just copy it over, see what we're working with. Two, 2, 7, 5. Okay. Does that affect it? Alright. I'm not opposed to that analysis. Yeah, I can change this value. I can move it. It's currently at, like, what, negative 500? I'll turn it to negative 350. How does that affect it? 2, 1, and 2, 2, 4. Okay. Be right back. Grab another drink. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. Might even decrease it further from there, but What is this currently sitting at here? Minus 1300, which... Let's stand right. I can change this. Minus 1200. Minus 1100. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I think that's not unreasonable. And that increases it to 2279. Which leaves us at... I don't hate that. I don't hate that. 23 upscaled to 2450. I think that's not unreasonable. Because not all of the Oki that you're going to get in the corner is going to be full, meaty, crouch, fierce, everything that you want, etc. So, cool. Okay, so let me adjust this. Cami 2450. That's fine with me. In fact, I kind of want to decrease her super gauge even further than this. I just don't think her... Like, her super's fine, but not that fine. I'll put it down to 700. I'm trying to, like, scale back some of this. How does that affect everything? This comes down to 113. That's fine. This is also at 200. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that kind of evens things out. 700. Crouching medium punch. Fuck. Right. Okay. Two, 5, 3, 2. I'm kind of shocked that this wasn't already in my notes. 3.25, 2.7. Minus 2.7, 0.4. No, not even really. It's not even really better. It's still about the same. So there you go. Alright, so like 3,800, generously speaking. So 3,800 for button DRC. Okay. So that punish counter Why do I have the same measurements twice? God, I was fucking... must have been drunk when I made this chart originally. See, why have I now measured this differently? Like, this is fucking stupid. Am I fucking stupid? Am I a stupid person? Is this fucking stupid? No, see, that's bullshit. That's fucking wrong. Die. Literally die. Ugh, whatever. Oh my god, it's so tedious to fix these fuck-ups here. Punish counter is about 4650. Yeah. Not even bad, but not good either. Four, 3, 5, 0. What could that possibly be in reference to? I don't think that's accurate. Gotta be 3.9, right? And I don't think I've ever measured her. Or, I have, but this is like a new... I had a different Excel sheet for Cammy, because Cammy was like the first character I did this for before I refined my charting. So, anti-air, light, DP... bitch. Well, okay, first of all, so it increases 0.55. $900, 0.55. Oki is not, like, good, but it's not terrible. I'll put it, like, 500. You can get, like, Drive Rush Roundhouse and shit like that. You can go for Heavy Spin Knuckle, or even fucking YOLO out. Generally speaking, people don't do that, but... What's, Roundhouse on block? Did I measure it out to... my opinion, about 400, so, you know. With your potential to do whatever you want, I'll put it 450, 500. I'll say 450. It's just bad Oki. It's not strong Oki, but... Okay, and then that's 0.6, 0.5, and then 0.2. 1700. Jump, medium punch, H dive. $1,200. Hmm. 1.8, 0.9. 0.6 and 0.2. Oh, fuck. Generally speaking, 1700. I should clarify which characters I'm measuring exclusively in Modern and which ones I'm measuring in Classic. So, for instance, I'm surely going to... This is just my opinion on these characters and how I would play them, so... I will clarify. Honda is like the same either way. It literally doesn't matter. Honda is the exact same toolkit in Modern and Classic. I don't know how I feel about Chun. Chun I could take either way. Same with Ed. And Modern Mai. Okay. So in comparison, it looks like if the three characters that I've kind of measured some of this shit out. Okay, so corner. Oh wait, so average carry. I'll write it as high, very high, very high. Yeah. Alright, I'll do Honda next. The funny thing is, this isn't even modern. It's just her anti-air sucks. So I'll put... I have no evidence to like state this now, but I'll just imagine that this is bad. Well, I'll say this is bad. Maybe it's just mid, but I think it's bad. Medium buffer, kind of weak, but in DRC, kind of whatever. The high carry potential mellows out a lot of her average combo value because she can often get the corner. Elena and Sagat landing any hit basically guarantees the corner, any solid medium hit. If you do the right combo. DI wall splat, yes. In doing these measurements, I have mostly been impressed with the numbers that Elena produces. I did not think much of Elena until I started doing this. But like her actual value potential for certain situations is, I mean, you can see this charting is interesting because it's like on one hand, it's interesting to see which characters have like above and beyond excess value in certain situations, but also it's interesting to see how most of this really doesn't matter. Like even having an excellent value, like reward value for a whiff punish compared to another character, you're still ultimately talking about like a relatively small percentage of the overall worth of the hit. So it basically doesn't even matter that much. Anyways, that's that. I think probably Cammy is like middle of the road for a lot of this stuff. Average. Let's see, and then button DRC. Oh yeah. D-Rev punish. I'll put that after DP punish. Alright, so Cammy. You're looking at... Now, usually drive reversal punishes would happen pretty much near the corner or at the corner. They don't happen that often in mid-screen, unless it's like a grappler character that's like usually just hanging out in mid-screen all the time. But let's see. Because usually it's, you know, implied to be after you've already been hit by a combo, and most combos in this game put you basically in the corner for most characters. Anyways, punish counter... Where is it? Punish, 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 push, 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 push. Punish counter. Sand medium punch. 5,900. Okay. That's probably a pretty high value. Well, okay, I'm good with Cammy. Let's reopen the Elena book. Actually don't know how close Elena is. Can't get that. Okay, I guess just that, or... Alright, so just punish counter medium kick, can't get that. So, punish counter medium kick, and then we're looking at... So this is an option. Stand to medium kick target combo. That's the funny thing about Elena, is that she's just always guaranteed the corner from any hit if you have drive gauge, so... Fucking, I don't know, man. That's the issue with measuring it like this. So, I'll just say 6,400 as like a middle ground between the two. So, 6,400. I generally think her value is going to be pretty high. Sagat's is going to be interesting because the difference between modern and classic is significant. So, I think modern Elena and classic Elena probably have similar values for all of these things. For modern Sagat, the fact that he's modern mostly will hurt his corner Oki value. I think modern Sagat has like about 2,200 corner Oki value, maybe a little higher. And a much higher drive reversal punish value. And a slightly higher mid-screen Oki value. I would say at like 1,650 for classic. Okay. Alright, right. File, Sagat. Punish counter. I mostly measured for, I don't even think I have the classic drive reversal punish combo in here, so I'll just put this in. I do have, yes, this is the modern one. 4750 abouts. Okay, so this is 3.4 or 3.35, sorry, 2.6. Eesh. 2.2 and 0. Okay, so that would be his shit. $6,900 is huge. But in modern, a little dinky little fucking 4750. Bad. Cringe. embarrassing. Okay. Alright. So that's cool. Oh, right. I'm classic. That's why the inputs are not. They're being weird. Okay. Sure. Alright, let's do Honda next. Here's the thing, is that, like, I have a separation in here between, like, deliberate whiff punishes with fast buttons that you know are going to be punish counter versus buttons that you just buffer. And here's the thing about Honda, I don't think he can whiff punish. I generally think that Honda has, like you're just swinging and praying. So I don't think he has I don't think he has a button that is like every other character in the cast has a whiff punish button, like a 7 or 8 frame move, maybe a 6 frame move that you can like snap out that has decent range that will clip hurt boxes. Honda does not have that. His quote-unquote whiff punish is 10 frames, so. Alright, so let's open up this Honda worksheet, which I will have to... Continuous? Yeah, I've changed my methodology for some of this a lot over time. Let's see. So on block, let's say... Where's block shit? On block, God, I wish I had organized this consistently forever. I do have drive reversal on here. I do have that, so... Lower that down to 50. Okay, so... On block, stand medium punch, just like as a button in neutral. So that moves him about 0.2. In my opinion, he has about maybe a 200 capacity. This is like negative 400. Yeah, it is. Probably higher. This is 0.1. Mm, 0.3, and then minus 0.6. So that's 640. This is probably 250, maybe. It's a pretty advantageous fucking button. Like, it's a good ass button. It does high drive gauge damage. It's pretty good. So, drive reversal, drive rush, bam, stand medium punch. Let's just say negative, like, 250 or something. So that becomes a detriment by, like, negative 600, which is cringe. Versus... Let's see, DR, stand medium punch, on block. Okay, well, first let's do crouch medium punch, So this would be... Alright, 0.7. So 0.7 to... so it's plus 0.9. Oh, sorry. 0.9. That comes out to 0.3. This comes to... I don't know, like fucking 1400, let's say. I don't hate the scenario, so 1350, let's say. And then 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 3.1, and then minus 0.9. That's worth about 800 if it's successful. Which is obviously dependent on how you value the Oki. I wonder how many people playing matches against Honda actually legitimately know that his shit is, like, what his rate of whatever. Okay. So, super value. I think if you play modern Honda, the super value is probably higher. And I think just because he has no reversal, his super value is higher than, like, Cammy's would be, because he can use it as a reversal. So I'll increase it to actually 1,000 for him. I'll decrease this to 290. I feel like I've been overvaluing this. In times Sumo Spirit, I'm gonna put as worth 1,000. $290, 1,000. 425 I'll put for his drive gauge. Kind of increasing those across the board. 290. 425. 290. 425. Shoo. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's 1.05. .3. No, this would probably equal to like 1,400 maybe? He has a command throw and it's not bad, so... With Sumo Spirit. his pressure is threatening. Without, it's like kind of cringe, but... Stand medium punch, then you're looking at +5, yeah. Well, actually, this is that special one that's like, it hits in such a way that actually moves you really far backwards. So I'll actually change it to -450. Yeah, because if you're like point blank in the opponent's face, and you do this, no, wait. You do the heavy one. Yeah. Now you gotta do like heavy punch to do it, and then it'll like push you weirdly far back. Alright, 1, and then -1.6. 1.7, that's fine. Yeah, they... I guess I've done this since they nerfed his drive... I wouldn't have messed with this, I don't think, since they nerfed the drive gauge damage of a headbutt. So it's probably that medium does less. Yeah, okay. 1.6, okay. Fine. Anyways, this I'll put as like, I don't know if I can, 1550, probably more. -2.9, -1. Yeah, okay. Clearly high value. His mix potential is actually probably higher than that because you can charge... Like, you could do down charge during this time, and then if you... Let's say they try to jump out of, like, a... back jump after 2. You can just chase down their back jumps with splash after that. So I think the mix potential, if fully leveraged from there, is just strong, flat out. It's just, and in fact, if they don't interrupt the gap between them, you can command throw them just off of this. So I'd actually probably put it close to like 1700. The problem is drive reversal and the EXDP option select. That's like the obvious problem here. So depending on what character you're fighting against, I mean, you'll always have to deal with the fucking drive reversal problem, but let's say you drive reversal, you drive rush crouch jab, just for the sake of itself, then what do you get? So let's say you're sitting here, then you're like, Alright, okay, so rush, crouch, jab. Let's say you have a capacity to do, like, what? Like, I don't know, 600, you can surprise them, you can do whatever you want. Let's say 600. So 0.7. That actually does get you in closer. I don't even hate that. That's not even that bad. Yeah, not close enough for that, though. Alright, driver's crouch light kick then. So let's say you get like, it's worth maybe 500, let's say, and you're at what? 0.7 to start with, and then you slide in like, let's say you're at, yeah, 0.6. And it goes to 0.25, so 6, 4, 5, 6, 0.6. -0.2. -0.7. So that's a negative. So that's negative 300. Yeah. Okay. Let's say you get like a potential for like 600. Being generous. Let's say you do that, and then you bait block, D-rev, punish, counter, crouch, light punch, crouch, medium punch, H-splash. Yeah. So first, an idea of how far it would travel. So 0.6. On block, drive reversal delay, 12 frames. Sorry, 18 frames. Yeah, okay. $18.20. And then at the end, the Oki is Splash Oki, which is like, I'll find where it originated from, but it's like 1900. Well, yeah, 1900. Okay, and then what? Carries the main difference, so 3.6 to 4.75, 1.15. 1.5. Okay, so that's minus 2.1 and then minus 2.5. Massive. Okay, so, you know, it's like, whatever. It's kind kind of complicated. It's a complicated problem, and it greatly depends on what character you're playing against and their defensive habits, because if they're good at the matchup, then they'll apply their defensive mechanics in a way that reduces the salience of your drive gauge as a resource. But if you're fighting some fuckwad who never fights against Honda, and you can just get away with a lot of this shit, then your drive gauge is explodes in value. Because you can just force mix-ups whenever you want. Alrighty, let's resume. Yes. Da-da-da-da-da. I'll do 1700. This is tedious. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyways. $1,900 is probably an overestimation. I'll say Honda, maybe 1850. So, his standing medium punch. Oh, this is annoying. Okay. It's good if you could get it, which you can't. Alright, medium punch, drive rush cancel. So 5-3, 8-0. Oh, whatever, I don't care. I'm not gonna go through all this and correct all the thingies and make sure they're all interconnected like how I would like them to be now. I'll just go through this. I'd rather spend more time labbing than fixing my fucking paperwork. This is about 49.50. Which is very high. So let's say this is like... Yeah, okay. $5,300, let's say. And his DP punishes what? $7K. So about 1,600. That seems accurate. Okay. I don't know if that's good or bad, or Sagat's is just really high, so drive, reversal, punish, punish, counter, crouch, jab. I hate this organization. Okay, this. $44. Wait. Okay, so let's say 4,500. Okay. Also kind of mediocre. More than Sagat's. I don't know if Sagat's is bad or not. Punish, counter, DI. Right. Punish, counter, OHO throw. Punish, counter, DI. Yes. Oh, this will be so much easier when I get to more recently worked on characters. Where is punish, counter, DI? Man, fuck this. God damn it. Do it? Okay. Alright, nobody cares. I just need... Thank you. very high. Range carry, decent. I don't know what to put. Not high like Cammy's is, but it's not bad either. Especially the hits that he's liable to land. But his pressure is not... His pressure doesn't involve a lot of forcing carry and forcing backwards movement, so his potential to get the corner is average, I would say. Okay. Right. His anti-air value. I have them in here, right? God damn it. Fuck me. I hate reading through my old work. Okay, that's fucking fine. All right, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to read through this old ass Excel sheet anymore. Okay, punish, counter, DI, splat. I can't do that until I really measure the corner carry value, so I'm just gonna leave that for now. Okay, Manon. Manon is a character I've worked on more recently, so I'll be able to understand what the fuck is going on. $900 value for super, probably higher, but it's like probably hard to leverage. 310 is probably an appropriate value. I'll put 2700 for corner value. All of her kill combos come from the corner anyways, all of her best kill combos, so I don't think that's unreasonable. And then drive gauge value, I'll put it something higher, like 475. Okay, let's do it. 900, 425, 475, 27. These are just kind of estimates based on my new measurements. 475. Go. Okay. So, average, Oki value at each metal is looking at 1800, probably more. No, let's go. Okay. Well, that's definitely wrong. Let's say 1800, in fact 1850. It has to be an average because her Oki value changes depending on how many metals she has. So it's like 1900 or higher. You know. Alright. A medium buffer from Manon is worth definitely higher than that. So 5100 or higher. Pretty good value. Okay, yeah, 5100 or higher. Her DP punish is kind of... Her DP punish is like the most... one of the more mediocre aspects of her as a grappler. Her and Lily. Like, Lily doesn't have the combos that are suited to good punishes. Medium buffer. Right. What was I saying? Medium punch. 3800. What do I have here? Yeah. Well, okay. There is, like, the RC button. Medium buffer. Is there anything else you can... Well, you would be able to do this without the punish counter, which would be, like, you know, 4,900. So that would be pretty good. No. Yeah. It's more honest. Okay. And then... And so her Oki drastically increases in value, but her combo potential kind of levels out because as she gets more medals, her combo routing changes in such a way so that, like, one combo route gets less in value and the other gets more in value until one overtakes the other, which means that it's not necessarily, like, constantly increasing until near the very end, where it's clearly better. Alright, drive, reversal, punish, so punish counter, command throw, which is worth what? I do have it in here, right? Command grab. Inconsistent valuation, but let's just say 7,000. Let's just say 6,900, which is pretty good. We'll say 7,000. I don't know. It gets higher and higher, is the point. It's kind of dishonest, because, like, that's already starting from an average measurement that, like, assumes a higher medal. Now, 6,900, maybe even lower than that. Oh, wait, what am I doing? That's for drive, reversal, punish, which is one of the highest ones. Okay, so DP punish is looking like... This is, I think, the highest one. I mean, it's funny, because that makes no fucking sense, but... Okay, so it's like 71 average gets higher, so like 7,200. I'll keep it at that for now. That's still a pretty high valuation. That is not based on the hard combo. The hard combo, the actually truly optimal punish counter, this one is worth what? Actually, let me remeasure this based on having only one medal. This is 500. This right here. Yeah. Okay. $3,660. $3,500. 0.2 minus 0.3. So 7. It's not actually that much higher, which is the interesting part, but it is like 7,400. So in any case, it's safe to say her DP punish, given the right circumstances, is quite high. Let's see, wait. I also have, what, her neutral jump heavy kick, which in comparison to that is like 500 less because it does way less drive gauge damage than Punish Counter Heavy Kick. So this spin kick, I've never seen anyone do this, but based on my measurements, it's like really good. One of the weird things. It does tons of drive gauge damage. It's like a solid fucking thing. I don't know why people don't do that. Like, they do all these... Manon is like the only character that doesn't have an obvious DP punish because she doesn't have like a fat fucking thing that goes into a big combo. Practically speaking, a lot of people just like do this and then into like, oh, whatever, or like they start with Crouch Strong instead because it adds some value even though you're getting less drive gauge damage from it. But like, if you just do the spin kick, you don't have to spend any drive gauge. And you get like basically all the same value. You get more corner carry. You do a shitload of drive gauge damage on this. Bam. I don't know, like overall, that's just like better. It's just better. So it's just good. Okay. Or whiff punish shit is like whatever. It's pretty good. Could be better. Her carry potential, pretty low. For Zangief, I'm going to put very low. Even though Zangief as a character is more, I feel like, is more likely to corner the opponent than Manon is, because Zangief's game plan involves a lot more like getting over the opponent after the opponent corners him. That happens more often with Zangief. Whereas Manon's gameplay a lot of the time just stays in mid-screen. And Manon's archetype is more likely to like back off and control space, whereas Zangief is constantly walking the opponents down. Even though Manon's combos have like much higher potential corner carry than Zangief, usually Manon's do the combos that don't give corner carry. They do combos that have actually less corner carry than Zangief's. So, you know. I mean, like, because the defense against Zangief is, like, very running away, back jumping, backdashing, etc. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but that's just what happens a lot. I'll actually put them both at very low. Compared to the rest of the cast, anyways. Ow, my back! Dawson's is very low as well. I'm more likely to put Manon's as low because you generally get the option to corner the opponent. It's just that Manon players choose not to. They choose to take a medal instead of doing like some combo route that has like twice as much corner carry. So there's lots of ways that Manon could get the corner from a lot of him. Let me pull up a fucking Manon match. Whatever. Let's see here. Well, against Sagat, I'm not. Against an established character that people know how to fight against, let's say. So, like, let's look at the combos that could have potentially gotten the corner, right? So this could have gotten pretty close to the corner, but it's fine. I also think at one medal, you want to prioritize taking medals. Okay, now we're at the corner, so you actually use drive reversal to achieve that. Then let's see, but he's low on drive gauge. He doesn't want to spend another drive reversal. Okay, kind of accidental. Alright, the next hit, we'll see if he gets into the corner. He could have confirmed that. He's not allowing himself to be, like, opened up and hit that by that many attacks, so not landed solid combos for the most part. And then, yeah, so that was also the proper route to get another medal. So now at 4 medals, it's like, if you have a combo that can reach the corner, I think it, like, makes all the sense in the world to go for that combo instead of doing anything else. Okay, let's see what he does. There we go. See, this is what I mean. I don't think that that makes the most sense. Now, some Manon players, I think the mentality they have is the Oki that you get from, like, the closeness to the opponent after this hit grab is a little different when the opponent's in the corner as opposed to in mid-screen. And I think that some of the Manon players, like Akutagawa, I think prefer this knockdown as opposed to, like, the meaty setups that Manon can get. Because I feel like Manon players are scared of getting the opponent in the corner. Because I feel like they're kind of scared of the opponent side-switching them, jumping over them, etc. Which, you know, any wrong guess on a throw or command throw or something will get them out of the corner. And Manon doesn't have quite the same luxury that Zangief has to attack them, but while standing totally far away from the corner where they can't jump over him. Manon kind of has to, like, even her attacks that hit at that range, they move her forwards in a way that Zangief's don't always. So, like, if she does heavy kick, but they forward jump at that time, that's bad. If she does medium punch, it moves her forward. So if they forward jump over that, then she loses the I'm just, like, spitballing, like, I get the sense that they're afraid of the corner and they don't take, like, her special corner Oki in a way that other players with other characters are willing and want to get stronger corner Oki. Manon players, I always see they just don't want to do it. And that's the kill, so the routing is irrelevant. Okay, it makes sense to do hit grab here. I am interested, I really want to, like, talk to Manon players, because I'm interested in where they choose to apply back medium kick. It is kind of hit confirmable if you have fast reactions, which Akutagawa definitely does. But, so in some ways, it's arguably better than doing back heavy punch, which is also single hit confirmable, but it's easier to confirm. But then, you have shit like that, where it's like... And I imagine part of it is that they don't want to... They wouldn't do it against a character with an EXTP as much. Oof. Oh, he did that too late, actually. I'm pretty sure this isn't guaranteed if you wait until the second hit of the forward heavy kick. He could have killed there, but it would have been awkward. Or hard to pick up. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so here. He takes a medal here. In mid-screen, so there's no longer the excuse of whatever. Now this is a position where he was about at this position, right? Counter hit, stand strong, drive rush. And he did whatever, or maybe it's even further away from the corner, like here. Okay, so he did that at 3 medals, whereas he could have done this. And then gotten strong, meaty, back fierce, throw, command grab, corner Oki. So that's one of those things where I don't know if they choose not to do it if they have some sort of personal grievance with that approach, if they think that 4 metals is, like, the difference between 3 or 4 metals is, like, worth not taking that combo, I personally, just based on my interpretation of the data, I'm not convinced of that mentality. I personally think the corner carry combo would be better there. Alright, whatever. We've seen enough. Okay, what next? Aisha. Okay, super value. I don't know, 900. I don't have to put equals because I'm not doing calculations here. DI punish. $6,300. DI splat in the corner. Where's my corner shit? I don't know if I have DI splat in the corner, but okay. Let's go ahead and add that. On block, DI splat. I don't actually know if you can get Ron point into the... Nope. Okay. Pretty simple. 1760, so... But this doesn't... The problem with this is that it's not including the value of the metals. Actually, I've never thought about that. I've always fucked this up, I guess. I didn't put that much, like, lab work into the corner in this chart, as you can see, probably. So, okay, whatever. Alright, do I have a list for metals? 1 metal, 5,500, 2,500. What's my measurement for this? 6,500 plus 1,250. Okay, so let's do this. Let's say is equal to 1,200 minus 700. Minus 800. Yeah, 1,250 minus 800 for 0 whatevers. Probably lower than that, but whatever. Minus 0.2, 0. $2.1. $5,100. Somewhere around there. Okay, so I don't think that's totally unreasonable. I think that the value kind of changes probably based on... God, Elena hits really hard with, like, all of her... Like, she hits hard and generates so much super and drive gauge at the same time. Okay. Corner Oki. I'll put that as this, but... I don't know. And then for anti-air hit, EX Rond point... That's gotta be in here, right? Anti-air... 3850. Very high. Cool. Okay. That's fine. Alrighty, who do I want to do next? Plug in, I don't know, Ryu. Who's gonna be, like, simple? Bison is not simple because you have to do, like, a lot of theoretical work to imagine what the value of his bombs are, especially when you can't get Oki from them in mid-screen or whatever else, so... I think that's good for now. I don't want to spend all day doing this.